Hello there, Jordan. Um, just I'm doing a review today. I know I said I'd do Hanky Skyfire about a year ago, and but I'm not. As you can probably tell from the above, I'm doing this one. It was a request from Time Lord. Basically, it is Universe 2003 Nemesis Prime. Fantastic toy. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to review it, but it isn't. It doesn't take that much to get it from this to sorry, to get from this to robot mode. It's robot mode to this that takes the time. Um, it takes about the full 10 minutes, and it's fiddly, so it's difficult to get on camera. So that's why I'm not going to do that. But if anyone wants to see a reverse transformation, put a comment on for that. I'll see what I can do. This guy here, he's a bit of a nasty man. Basically, I mean, I'm just looking it up now. Basically, yeah, he's a Herald of Unicron from the Universe 2003 Universe toy line. Yeah, he was a Herald of Unicron. He was a dark clone of Optimus Prime who was left for dead by Megazark to rot on the shores of the Rough Sea. So yeah, good for him. Prime was cloned by Unicron and awoke slowly to the dark god's torture. Yay. Completely broken, this Prime is an eternal servant and begs for the consuming nothing of Unicron's victory. For the consuming nothing of Unicron's victory over the multiverse? Begs for the consuming nothing? What a load of pish. Anything's preferable to the third of infinite suffering that is his existence. There we go. Yeah, and he carries the dead Matrix that can kill Primus. There's a whole story basically. He arrives, and he attempts to take over, break into Cybertron and Vector Sigma. Vector Prime and Sentinel Maximus attempt to stop him. He comes along with Ramjet. Ramjet is kept busy keeps Vector Prime busy. Sentinel Maximus is useless. He doesn't actually achieve anything, and he's unable to prevent Nemesis Prime from grabbing Alpha Trion by the head and slamming him into Vector Sigma. After a blast from Ramjet, Alpha Trion and Vector Sigma both lay in ruins, and two servants of Unicron made their escape. So yeah, that went well. Sentinel Maximus, what a bunch of wank. Blah blah blah. Some other bad stuff happens. Again, they're running to get to the core to kill it. Nemesis Prime found himself facing Sentinel Maximus again, and they battled each other while travelling down the hallway leading to the Spark core chamber, obviously where Primus is. Unfortunately for Sentinel, Nemesis was able to blast the tunnel behind him, leaving Sentinel alone with Primus's Spark. Now, this is where the problem lies of stupidity. Sentinel Maximus transforms into what is essentially Armada Overload or Energon Ultra Magnus, and Nemesis Prime doesn't. He's this, if you see what I mean. So it's a bit of a nonsense. But anyway, yeah. He gets himself into the chamber, and he reveals the Dark Matrix on his chest. However, Nemesis Prime is defeated by Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus from Robots in Disguise era, who are teleported to Cybertron en route from the end of the Universe War. Nemesis Prime suffered heavy damage at the hands of Ultra Magnus, and is sealed away in an Energon dampening cell while the dead Matrix is locked away in the archives. Obviously, this story was supposed to continue, but it never did, because the Universe line got defunct, which was a shame because there was a lot of nice toys that came from it. Granted, repaints, mainly of Beast Wars, but there's some really nice ones. A really nice Tigerhawk repaint, Razor Claw, and that toy has, I mean, it looks fantastic, and it's fixed a lot of the problems that the original Tigerhawk had. I mean, it's beautiful. I'm trying to get hold of that myself. But anyway, yes. How are we doing for time? Oh, stupid let's rattle on 5 minutes. Now the guy, I mean the guy's a big bad basically. He's the big bad. He's got much more character than Nemi Prime here. A lot more character, and he's bigger. But he's a repaint of the big Convoy from Beast Wars Neo. It's a fantastic repaint. It really is. It's. I mean, there is a black Convoy version. Hang on. That neck's still playing up a bit. I still need to wear this sometimes. He's a repaint of Big Convoy. It's not like the black repaint of Big Convoy, which is pretty shit. I do want a normal Big Convoy to stand next to him. Not as much as I want Robots in Disguise, Prime and Magnus again, because I used to have one. Because that's the true opposite to this guy, not Big Convoy. Big Convoy has nothing to do with this guy whatsoever. It's not even, Big Convoy isn't even what this guy used to be. This guy used to be just normal Optimus Prime. But yeah, transformate. Now it has got a third mode. I'm going to try and see if I can remember. It has got a third mode. I'll try and see if I can remember its third mode. Down a bit. There, it's better. So these, I mean, the whole thing is a shell format. It's a true shell format. It's just panels and panels and panels. As you can see there, they kind of hold together to make the thing. But I don't mind shell formats. As long as what they're creating looks like what it's supposed to be, a woolly mammoth, I'm quite happy with it. And it isn't even that much kibble for a beast toy of this type. Because it's not a transmetal. It doesn't have the luxury of being able to use, you know, robotic parts as part of its animal form. There's no problem with that. But this, as far as kibble goes for normal beast transformers, it's very limited. Very limited. It's got a nice tail, which moves, which is quite nice. And there's a little lever on his head, which if you pull, makes his nose curl up. Very nice. He's got ears. It's fab. Someone could probably tell me if it's an Indian or African. I'm pretty certain this isn't. Is it Indian or African elephants have the bigger ears? Whichever one. This is the smaller it is, so it's probably. I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring and say African, but I could be wrong. Right, yeah, so that's the features of this mode. Let's see if I can quickly show you the battle mode. Right, what you want to do is you want to pull the tail up like that, showing his butt, and then you want to lift up that whole thing, and then these two panels here open up. Oh, if they want to. See, I mean, this is quite fiddly. Pull. You want to put. Actually, no, that's it. Pull up the whole thing. Pull up the head. The whole thing. Then you pull up these panels, like so. Okay, see? And then you want to kind of push it back a bit more. There's a little. You see these little bits here? Then you don't want to do that. Push that back on. Then the idea is that the whole thing twists. That's it. Push this all the way up. That makes it easier. Push that all the way up. Push that, twist that down, and then you spin that. That's his battle mode basically. Oh, I forgot these little panels here. Quickly get these out for the first vid. These two panels come out there, and that's his battle mode. Now it's a complete mess. Everything in Beast Wars Neo that had a third mode looked like shit. The third mode is wank. Anyway, I'm going to stop this first part of the video, and I'll speak about it in a bit more detail in the next part.